Artosis, and this is the GSL Codex. Let's do this.
Welcome to GSL Entomb Valley.
In game number 1, he had a lead, but he didn't switch his tech tree properly, and it cost him. Will he mess up this time? We'll see. His ideas.
Slayers, Ryung.
And in the bottom right, dominating the skies. And then switching back into some solid ground play to pull through the win, we have
LGIM YoDa.
All right, Artosis.
Yes.
We are now beyond hour 4.
That's right.
This is the moment where the brain begins to turn into silly putty.
And you know what I love to do with silly putty? Put it on newspaper, then pick it up and look at the print.
I love that.
And that's what I'm going to do this game.
I'm going to do it too. I don't have any silly putty.
I'm going to have little Marines and siege tanks all over my brain tissue. All right.
Did you ever play with action figures when you were a kid?
Of course.
All right, which ones?
Okay, when I was, I started Ninja Turtles really young. I did too. I had some G.I. Joes at some point. But I was mostly Ninja Turtles.
The G.I. Joe action figures are pretty cool.
Yeah, they were
little
cool.
like their little appendages were all.
Yeah, I love my Snake Eyes. He's my favorite.
Is he the guy that runs Cobra?
No, Snake Eyes is like wasn't he? He was a good guy, like, but he seemed evil. He's like a ninja guy.
See, I'm actually G.I. Joe. I don't remember as well. I used to play. I remember getting the Aliens and Predator action figures.
Oh no, those are too scary.
Those are badass, man.
It's all about Ninja Turtles.
You know, I'd be there playing with him, you know, watching him like hunt people down and stuff, you know. That was last year, you know. What was, actually, you know what I didn't like what they did with the Ninja Turtle action figures as I was getting older? They had like Farmer Michelangelo. I'm like, he's not. Oh, yeah. I was like, he's not a farmer.
Now that's when I started to get out of them.
Yeah, no, I would just be looking at this and be like, he's not a farmer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have like scientist Raphael. I'm like, okay, well, first of all, it's supposed to be Donatello, but second of all, like, he's got a lab coat on. They've ruined it.
I'm with you there, Taste.
Okay, no. Compared to the cartoon with Ninja Turtles, which one did you like the movie better or did you like the cartoon better?
Cartoon.
Cartoon? Of course. Yeah, cartoon's better. The movie's pretty good though.
Yeah, I
need to watch that again.
That would be fun.
That would actually be fun.
We should do that.
You know we would say so much funny stuff during that, too.
We would.
We totally would.
We'd probably just laugh.
Yeah, man.
Well, taking a look at what's going on here, it looks like we could see from Ryung just the Marine Hellion with Medevac, whereas YoDa has gone for a very fast expansion to double gas, so he's going to be teching up very quickly, likely all the way to Starport. But will he tech back down into bioplay, or will he go for a mech composition? That is yet to be seen.
Yeah, hard to discern exactly what they're going to do for just a little bit here, guys. All right, so the Starport's about halfway done. This game could actually look remarkably similar to game number 1. Now, this map is just square-shaped. It's not like Ohana, which is skinny but tall.
Just like Tasteless.
Just like Tasteless. You know what I don't like, actually, Artosis, is when we sit in these chairs, I look like I'm shorter than you. Because I got long, lanky guy legs.
You got frog legs.
I got frog legs. You got a frog butt, but I got frog legs, man.
That's right. You put us together, you have a frog and a human.
If you guys saw us stand next to each other, we are both exactly 6'1".
I'd say I'm like 6'1.5".
No, Artosis.
You're so threatened. Look at you be all threatened.
I must be the alpha male. Artosis 6'1" with his little faux hawk, man.
Yeah. All right, so we do have that medevac with the Hellions and Marines as predicted. And for YoDa, he's actually chilling in his main base, which is a great choice. Because, you know, if he were to go down there, if Ryung hit the right places with his medevac, his Hellions, all that, he would do a lot of damage. But sitting up at the top of the ramp with a bunker, making Hellions, trying to intercept the draw,
He's
not sure how much
totally
damage.
safe.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think he's going to probably walk up, kill a depot or something.
He might be able to get in that nook up there to the upper right of the command center.
Yeah. I think he's going to grab the depot. I think that's what I'd like to see him try to kill. Oh, whoa.
Whoa!
He's, he's actually doing pretty good damage. But no, then the Hellions kick in, and that was
Totally
kind of
denied.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like he should have gone for maybe the depot in a wide arc and let his opponent like walk into that arc if he wanted, instead of like walk into his own choke point. And in fact, YoDa is going to intercept this medevac. Oh god, this is not good. Ryung's opening has been completely thwarted by YoDa.
He's running. He's got to micro this just right. Medevac getting away. Can he get back home? Doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
Yeah. Use the force. He did not, Tasteless.
No. Oh, nice save though. Can go ahead and repair that now.
I'm completely surprised he landed it. He
I
just
know.
kept flying it, so maybe the other Viking flew over the Marines. Anyways, Ryung right now still hasn't shown us what he wants to do. Making Marines, tanks, Vikings, that's just pretty standard. It's good unit composition in the early game. It's pretty solid against everything.
Remember, Ryung already lost a bunch of stuff early on, so there's a possibility of a timing attack here that could be very effective, and I think we're just about to see that as I say that.
Yeah, it looks like he does want to walk out there and do something. With 3 Hellions, a Viking, medevac, and a good amount of Marines, it definitely has the potential to do some damage.
Hey, you know, it's really all about the Hellion placement there. The Hellions, if they smelled on the Marines early on before they get killed off, then you are set.
So true. Well, we do have a siege tank and a decent number of Marines with 2 Vikings for Ryung. So we'll see if YoDa still wants to actually engage that.
I think he's going to loop back crowd. Once he got spotted by the Vikings, he's probably like, no.
Yeah, and Ryung does have a few of his own Hellions as well, so things can go wrong really quickly in that situation. All right, so YoDa is going for really quick combat shields and stim as well as siege. We might see him go ahead and do a little contain on Ryung. And Ryung's actually going to go by on this map.
Okay.
So he's just getting his tanks out a little bit quicker than his opponent. And in fact, he's going for a little attack. He doesn't have a medevac, though. This is like...
Oh, they might actually pass each other. And he's sending some SCVs, so he means business.
I'm actually surprised he's doing this without medevac.
Tipped his hand.
Yeah. Good scouting there by YoDa.
Now, YoDa's got to be careful because if he tries to intercept this, he's going to find out he has a lot less than he thought was coming.
I think what he wanted was for Ryung to go through with it because YoDa already has siege mode and then do a little counterattack. But
he might still go through with it.
Think?
Well, he's going back and forth,
Yeah,
trying to make up his mind, really.
He's hemming and hawing, man, but he should really haw instead of hem here.
That's right. Oh, intercepted here in the middle of the map. Not good for YoDa at all.
Picks off the siege tank. Gonna actually lose more than a siege tank's worth, though.
Yeah, much more than that. He can actually keep running. Yeah, he got that Hellion, so not a complete loss. Now YoDa now moving out again. Supplies 80 to 105.
Both of them taking their third at almost the exact same time, making that third command center. And this should turn out to be a pretty long game overall. Even though Ryung is behind, he's going to be able to siege up. And with 3 bases on high ground, you have enough to make like an army that can't be killed for a very long time, basically. And Ryung is so good positioning that even though he's way down in supply, I find it hard to imagine him dying quickly here.
All right, more barracks finishing up here for YoDa. YoDa scans, and he may be able to get a nice container. If he can get those siege tanks over that ridge, he can block off circulation to the would-be third base.
Yeah, that would be very nice. Oh, and actually, YoDa making a... Well, he's making a bold move is what he's doing.
I almost spat water all over myself. He's getting in there. This is close enough. He can't get the siege tanks. They're so low. Repairing. It looked like for a second he was actually hitting the Vikings. Was I misseeing that? I'm a little bit confused.
My brain almost turned off during that battle because why would YoDa do that? Well, obviously he thought he could bust right through there, but siege tanks on a high ground and a good amount of Marines, it's going to be pretty hard to break through when you're the one taking all the splash damage.
You actually, it's okay to lose Marines, but you have to stim on their tanks. He was like hitting the Marines, and then there was Fickle moment. I swear to God, I saw some of the Marines hitting the Vikings.
Could have been,
Unless I'm insane.
No, you're probably right if you think you saw it. You know, right now they have the same siege tank now. We do have more medevacs for YoDa, but and a few more Marines, but that's the only ways he's leading now.
Those siege tanks in range, will they hit the SCVs if they try to be transferred? No, they won't.
All right. Just barely not. But yeah, YoDa actually took a big lead and made it a small lead.
Well, he might be catching back up now.
Yeah, that was pretty good for him.
All right, backing up. Ooh. Hitting Ryung's Marines, forcing this to pick up and leave. I don't see any medevacs here for Ryung. No, yeah, I do. I see one, excuse me.
Ouch. Moves into siege tank range of one of his tanks.
All right.
Oh, but his Vikings are actually going to help him out a lot here.
Nicely done so far. More Marines and medevacs coming up here. Note the third base has been acquired here for YoDa. He is now transferring SCVs to it.
That's right. And, all right, so YoDa has gotten his little bit bigger lead back here. So that's good because he actually lost a reasonably sizable supply lead for a little bit.
Oh, we got a little drop going on over here in the back.
Ooh, really well done. But a nice stim in by Ryung. He's going to be able to target down that medevac in a matter of seconds.
All right, cleaned up, easy peasy. Uh-oh.
Wow.
SCV's coming in here.
Yeah, the Marines are out of position now, so YoDa takes the opportunity.
Again, YoDa, he can get in there with those tanks, but he's just not doing it at the right time. I mean, he hit those Marines, hit the tanks with the Marines, excuse me.
You know, YoDa, I'm feeling a little bit scared for him because right now Ryung could actually lift up Marines, drop them on those tanks, and take a great position in this game.
Yeah, he actually could.
YoDa has 4 tanks siege at the bottom of the ramp. They can't see anything. They have no support.
He actually needs to unsiege and turn around.
Yeah, he does.
Like now, regroup in the center, and then maybe go back up a little bit towards the front of Ryung's base.
And Ryung's going to go for it, but YoDa realized just in time. Just in time.
Oh my God, they just stopped moving!
Wow, this is a little bit sloppy by YoDa.
All right, only getting one. I thought he was going to lose all 4.
Yeah.
Tanks are just so precious in this matchup.
They are so precious. In fact, Ryung's 2 defender tanks have 20 and 10 kills each. So that shows how he's still alive. Now YoDa non-stop with his aggression, but the thing is if he overcommits, okay, no, he's setting up a defensive line with his sensor tower, so this is actually going to be really good for him. Because if he keeps trying to attack up this hill, it's not
rally
going to work.
point here on those barracks.
Where? Who's?
Ryung's. You just went by it on your previous screen.
Yeah, I guess it is actually. He doesn't even have a rally point on most of them.
That's weird. Now this sensor tower just barely out of range. No siege tanks covering it properly.
Yeah, that's a weird place to put one in front of your siege tanks.
All right, the 4th now. Ryung always a little bit ahead.
Yeah, both players are getting their additional command center at this point, but Ryung has to break out to actually take his, whereas YoDa's already making his down at the base. But there's actually a drop moving across the map from Ryung, so he might actually, in fact, he should be able to force a cancel super easy here on YoDa's 4th.
Oh yeah, you're right. So at the 4th, this could actually be an evener here.
Yeah. Just going to target down the SCV. It's pretty annoying, but that shouldn't force a cancel. You should just send some.
Hey, Scan, he said, but even there's an absence of Marines. Where those tanks are, maybe I could do some additional damage.
And this little part of the drop pretty good for Ryung as well.
Yeah, pretty annoying here for YoDa.
Yeah.
Now he is going to not allow that command center to be canceled here. Another little drop. Well, the drop continues, I guess I should say.
Yeah, that's pretty highly annoying. So Ryung doing a good job with these, but he didn't get an actual cancel on that 4th base, which is too bad. But he slowed it way down. His 4th command center actually finished first.
I think he should have dropped, killed the SCV, and used the rest of the Marines to shoot at the command center.
Well, right now, YoDa still has a pretty reasonable position. Ryung has to decide, does he try to move his siege tanks around and make a path to his 4th? Does he try to stim in and overwhelm? And when these two are at basically the same supplies, both in siege mode, the better choice is to be very careful about it. If he just tries to stim and run in, he's probably dead. And in fact, look at that. Finds a nice position, kills off that siege tank, and makes a path to 4th base.
All right, yeah, no, he's going to tiptoe out of there. Oh, no! Ryung getting so many siege tanks here.
Wow, picks a ton of them off now. Will run back to his own siege tanks. Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
And it looks like now the tank count is 10-5 for Ryung and a massive lead.
That's right. He's down on Marines, though, so he still has to play very positionally. Uh-oh, he just walked into siege tanks with his, and he does pick up the last couple, though. So that's actually great. Right now, in fact, Ryung is up 10 SCVs. They have similar medevac counts. He has over twice as many siege tanks and a similar amount of Marines. So Ryung has actually, at this point, taken a lead.
Unbelievable. He is playing so well. I think we might have to go to game 3 or toast.
I think
there's really
a good chance.
When you lose the position here, and when the siege tank count gets this high, and you have to get a competition like this, it's just a disaster for the guy who's down one.
Siege tanks are generally the decider in tank marine versus tank marine. If you go mech or you don't go mech in TVT tastes, siege tanks normally decide it.
Yep.
It does not matter either way.
He's debating dropping a Marine on there to try to use the splash damage from the friendly tanks of YoDa to hit his own tank.
Let's see what he wants to do. It looks like he's going to go for it again, actually. And he is... Oh, he gets one. Very well done. Totally worth a little group of Marines to kill a siege tank at this point, especially when YoDa's siege tank counts so low. Well,
now
actually,
remember,
YoDa
still has the... does he actually have the watchtower, or is he just like close to it?
He has the watchtower, just barely with that.
That makes a big difference.
It really does.
It looks like YoDa's debating coming up from the side and flanking, where all the siege tanks can't hit him at once.
Look at this move, Taste. It's on the high ground. Oh my god, I guess we're not going to show, but it's awesome. Ryung is just playing positionally. I know we said it a lot today, but he's showing it over and over by putting his siege tanks on high ground.
Well, he is just muscling his way to a potential victory here.
Yeah, from behind.
YoDa, even though he lost all those tanks, he did have the 4th base up for a while, so he had the money to make more stuff. You can see now the tanks are sieged because you don't need to know if he can stifle one part of the siege line at any point in time.
Yeah, very well said. He needs to be able to move that stuff around immediately. It's his response task force or something.
His recon force.
That's when the president tells him to scramble the jets. Those are the tanks and Marines he sends.
More command centers coming down now. Looks like this drop is going to be incognito for now. Out of range of the sentry tower.
Pretty even on both guys right now. The one difference in supply they have almost the same numbers of everything, but 15 more SCVs for Ryung, and then that supply is put into Marines for YoDa.
Another scan here, going into the main now. Remember, you don't want to lose those Terran production facilities.
That's right.
Or depots or anything for that matter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, really well done.
Oh, he's coming in here now again.
And Ryung's trying to break him. He has such a good siege tank line that YoDa can't actually walk forward. He can only stay behind his own tanks.
And now more and more damage being dealt here. Another drop though here from YoDa at the top.
Oh my god, indeed there is, but there's not as many important things up there, whereas he already killed the armory. And GG.
GG, wow, that came in fast.
Yeah, that was kind of sudden, but you know what? Ryung really showed a lot of skill there because he got behind and fought back tooth and nail, pushed YoDa back to the brink, and just was too cost efficient, too good at maneuvering. Really well played. I'm sure he feels good that he actually ended up winning that. When he got behind, I bet he's like, I can't believe I might lose 0-2 here.
Yeah.
Especially after I had such a dominating lead in game 1.
Well, YoDa looks a bit more distraught. He's definitely not had an easy day today.
No, he's not. He's not indeed. It's like, hey, feel better.
It's like it's Thing from the Addams Family right now.
It's pretty funny.
Thank you.
But YoDa is like really upset right now. You can tell the way he didn't even look at his coach.
Yeah, of course. Well, you know what it is he almost had that. He could have just been, on to the next point in time. These TDTs are tiring if you're a player. To go into another TDZ after this against Symbol, I mean, that's rough.
For sure. It's been a long day already, man, and that was a 25-minute game. Not quite as long as it could have been. YoDa he got too manhandled there at the end, man. Lost too many tanks, too many Marines.
Things actually fell apart really quickly.
They did. I
feel like actually one of the
spiraled
bigger ones, beyond what happened in the middle of the map, that drop that was inside the main for YoDa. It was like two medevacs, excuse me, full of Marines.
Yeah.
And they were stimming and gunning down depots while that army in the middle was getting killed. So
he became flustered. He was behind.
Yeah.
Ryung was really like, when Ryung gets that far behind, then kind of just you overextend a couple times, then he starts really out pushing you, and he's like pushing tank against tank and like getting through the map.
You know, he had a lead, and then he stimmed, which is okay because I don't believe that Ryung had stim. But he ran in there, and he was...
Oh, yeah, that first time, yeah.
Yeah, when you do that, it's actually okay to shoot the tanks that are behind the Marines because he had medevacs and stim.
Yeah, like, the medevacs are going to really up the life expectancy.
Damage. Exactly.
Well, yeah, that was just... He lost way too many Marines there. But then he gained the lead back, but Ryung just had some really nice pushing from the high ground. YoDa was YoDa actually doesn't place his tank line quite right. They are kind of stifled around where it's well, I can pick up this tank, and then now I can pick up this tank. Now I can pick up that one. What you're supposed to do is put them in an exact line where if you try to move tanks up and I find out and I scan that, all your tanks die.
We saw this
they
a lot
all
in
fire at once.
StarCraft 1 where pro gamers would have their tank, their siege line. It's like some are behind the other ones.
Yeah.
And it's like, why?
In TVT, it needs to be a very straight line.
Yeah.
Sometimes you stifle it
kind of a curve like this.
Yeah. If they're going to attack into you, you want it stifled. But when it's tank line against tank line, you really need them exactly straight. You should actually sit there and spend time making sure that it's straight so that they can all fire at once. So you can't have just one tank picked off. They start picking off one of your tanks, you scan, bam, kill their tanks because all your tanks are firing.
Exactly.
That's something YoDa doesn't do?
No, he doesn't, but we'll see what he does this game. Any predictions? Our map's going to be Cloud Kingdom.
I think Ryung's going to take it, man. I mean, I feel like YoDa, again, I feel this is a guy that's going to be a Codes mainstay eventually, and he's playing very well today. I have to hand it to him.
Especially considering his group.
Yeah, I feel like Ryung is actually the better player here. So, we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Can't wait. Mark just brought me a coffee.
He's a sweetheart.
He's a little cutie patootie is what he is.
Yeah, he is. He's such a good translator, too.
I know, man. I think it's just because he's from Europe. I think everybody from Europe speaks 4 languages. He's not impressed with it.
That's true.
All right. It's time for the final game to see who's going to be out of this group. In this stage, GSL